Spider-Geddon is the sequel to Spider-Verse and created so that it would tie slightly into the Into the Spider-Verse movie that came out and did, amazing success. This is part 2 of our coverage of that, and when we last left off, the Inheritors had officially broken free using some of Superior Spider-Man's cloning technology to break free of the radioactive location. Miles wanted to once again seal them in a prison. Superior Spider-Man wanted to kill them finally. The two groups separated into factioning groups of spider individuals, of two spider armies basically. And when we where we last left off in the storyline, they basically had fully separated and some of the evil people were trying to go do their own thing. So basically, Miles is trying to save the day, Superior Spider-Man wants to kill everyone, and Peter Parker is currently tied up fighting Loveland at this point. I'll link all those videos down below, but if you've stumbled in here because you're like, what is this? This title looks amazing. Well, let me explain it to you. We're currently at the Complete Story series here at Comicstorian, where we take some of your favorite pop culture icons from comic books to movies to video games, and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. We then read them back to you like an audiobook narrative, making slight alterations for copyright purposes. Hope you guys enjoy this, and if you're watching this right now, I'm currently live on twitch.tv/eligiblemonster, our Twitch channel where we play video games, do podcasts, and pretty much do just about everything talking about comic books and video games. Come on over and say hi, and enjoy the video.
In a quiet lab, a portal opens, and Jessica Drew emerges, still clad in her anti-radiation suit. She seems disoriented. In her hands, she holds the Soulless Crystal, a stone that traps the essence of the Inheritor's father. A clawed hand moves fast, snatching the stone from her, lifting her by the throat. Our dear sister Verna has sent us a gift, Genix snarls, his fangs displayed in a grin. Jessica tries to struggle, but she is thrown away. When Deimos quickly tries to feed off of her, though, he is weakened. Jessica received her powers from a radiation blast, and radiation poisons the Inheritors. This is good news for Genix, though. They can study her DNA and learn how to eliminate the weakness to radiation that they inherently have. Yet, there is time for that later. With a smile of triumph, Genix places the crystal into the machine with Solus's body. A growl issues from their father's throat as Solus finally awakens. I live! I live! He cries, maniacal laughter filling the room. His children all bow before him. But back with our heroes, the spiders have taken up a field trip in Earth 13. The place where the spider army first fought the Inheritors looks like a battlefield. And erected there is a statue of this world's Spider-Man, a spider that had combined with the powers of Captain Universe. Yet this still was not enough, and he fell to Solus. Otto Octavius has brought everyone here so that they may analyze the powers cosmic, so that he may find it in their own universe. Spider-Norman believes that this is a waste of time, and some of the team begins to bicker about their next course of action. A portal opens up, and Spider-Punk pops his head out, interrupting the conversations. Guys, we really gotta get back to the base. I got some bad news. Back at Loveland, the giant robot mech Spider-Man, Octavia gives the team the bad news. Solus has awakened. Spider-Norman doesn't believe that it matters. They need to stop putting their hopes on things like Captain Universe and come up with a plan. That is enough, Otto states. Otto, who's also known as Superior Spider-Man, has changed his mind and the team does not require the help of Norman Osborn anymore. The rest of the spiders agree, regardless of whether they agree with Otto on the way to stop the Inheritors. And the room stands against Norman. I'll just go back to my world and work on a real solution, Osborn states, opening up a portal. He offers Spider's Man a chance to join him, and the creepy hero that is actually made up of millions of little spiders that believe themselves to be Peter Parker accepts. The web watch, Osborn. I will not have you gallivanting across dimensions causing trouble, Otto orders, and Norman Osborn tosses back the device. Wouldn't dream of it. Have fun storming the castle, idiots. And with this insult, Norman is gone. The team goes back to their planning, with Otto believing that they have all the brute strength of Lepardon and sword vigor, the weapon of Lepardon. Miles doesn't think so, though, and he wants to bring in more spider individuals, more allies. The two compromise. Otto will come up with a plan. The unneeded spiders will gather more allies. But Norman and Spider's Man, they did not go home. They have arrived on Loom World. Norman once saw it through a cosmic cube, and all they find is the body of Karn, the former Inheritor and the former Loom Weaver. Spider's Man sends out some of his little spiders, making a meal of Karn, and Norman ignores him, slicing off a piece of the Web of Life and Destiny. With the Web of Life and Destiny, I can go anywhere, but with all of these web watches out there, someone will stop us. Reaching into another dimension, Norman Osborn pulls forth a can of radioactive material. But what if the Web of Life did not exist? Back on the Pardon, Miles is running down a list of new potential spider individuals to join their battle against the Inheritors. One is a giant red T-Rex, and one is a grizzled cop with a mustache, a spider cop. Spider Cop exists? I can't express how happy this makes me. PS4 Spider-Man whispers. Suddenly, everyone's web watches short circuit and deactivate. Moments earlier on Loom World, Spider's man has separated himself and gone into different dimensions. Norman, too, steps through a portal, and at the last second, he presses a switch on his detonator, destroying the web of life behind him. Back on the Pardon, the spiders realize that they are now trapped, and without their web watches, they can't see into the other worlds. They can't travel. Some have children that they've left behind. Someone trapped the Inheritors on World 616 with them. Miles tries to calm everyone down. We're gonna get through this together, guys. Otto, he says, turning, but the superior Spider-Man has disappeared, and Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, with him. Otto and Ben have arrived in the lair of the Inheritors, slipping quietly inside, with Otto wanting to make sure one more time that Reilly will not betray him. Don't worry, I'll do my part, Reilly states as he turns away from Otto. Then so will I! Otto declares with one of his mechanical spider arms slicing down on Reilly's back, knocking him unconscious. He picks him up and he moves forward. I have fulfilled my bargain. Show yourselves, Inheritors! His enemy stands before him, and Otto Octavius offers Ben Reilly as a sacrifice. I must admit, we were intrigued by your offer, Genix smiles, taking Reilly. Once he absorbs the life force, he will know all he needs to know about this universe's cloning equipment. Otto cares nothing for the Inheritors, just hold up their end of the bargain and spare 616. I agree to your terms. We will show this world mercy. Though they made no promises as to those that would interfere with their work. Otto turns away as the vampires descend upon Scarlet Spider. Back upon the Pardon, Miles has sent a message out to the Enigma Force, the power of Captain Universe, and they have gotten a response. Who dares summon Enigma Force? It bellows across the room. The Enigma Force is not a tool to be manipulated by mortals. The Enigma Force comes to those it deems worthy. What arrogance makes you think that you are worthy? The energy seems to have washed over the room, and one by one the spiders realize their failures in life. And it is finally Miles who speaks up. No, you know what? Maybe we're not worthy. None of us. But who is? Miles yells at the mysterious cosmic power. We're trying to save the multiverse, and if that's not good enough, then go away! The energy flares, filling the room with red light. Miles, perhaps we should not antagonize the cosmic force, the Indian Spider-Man observes. Back at the Inheritors base, Otto begins to leave before the monsters feed. I can't believe you did this, Otto, a voice hisses from the rafters. Otto turns, and he tells him, silence, they'll hear you. PS4 Spider-Man followed him, and he leaps to attack their betrayer. A quick web bomb sticks Otto to the wall, and PS4 turns as he senses the Scarlet Spider in danger. Ben Reilly's vision begins to blur as he wakes up, his eyes focusing, and he stares into the face of a monster. Genix begins to feed on his life force, gaining his knowledge as well. Yet knowledge is not all that Ben Reilly has locked away in his mind. Memories of his 27 deaths and resurrections at the hands of the Jackal, causing the shattering of his mind, which is also passed to Genix. I'm dying! Again and again, I'm dying! Genix screams as insanity overtakes his mind. PS4 then realizes Otto's plan, but before the two of them can make up and, get along, the Inheritors are upon them. Solus's sheer strength forces them back. Trying to gain the upper hand, the two are knocked into one another. They are no match for the Inheritors, and Solus stands over them. I claim this kill. From behind, he is hit with a powerful cosmic blast, though. Turning, they see the spiders led by Miles Morales, now with the power of Captain Universe. Solus and Cosmic Miles lock into combat, with Solus trying to get close with his brute strength, but Miles plays it smart. He keeps him at a distance. Even with all of his powers, Solus seems to be shrugging off each blast. Outside, Le Pardon is flying in to join the fight. The windshield shatters inward as Deimos leaps through. He stands over to Koya. I told you that I'd feast upon your meat. Le Pardon is dangerous, so Deimos will stop him now. You think Le Pardon is the one to fear? I am an emissary of hell. Face me, villain, and learn what that means, Sequoia yells. In the distance, Spider watches as Le Pardon crashes out of the sky. Leaping to her teammate's aid, Penny Parker finds Deimos struggling from the wreckage. Back inside, the spiders have met the Inheritors in battle, and taking this moment, Otto grabs Octavia and the two of them slip away. Otto has a plan, and Octavia finds one of their allies, freeing Jessica Drew. The battle rages on even now in that direction, but we have a different mission, Otto states, and without hesitation, Jessica runs off to join the fight. Otto's plan is simple, to right a wrong. The spiders are losing, with Cosmic Miles fighting Solus. The rest do not have the strength to defeat the Inheritors. Older Peter Parker and Spinneret MJ from the Renew Your Vows universe share one last kiss, hoping that their daughter, Annie May, will be alright. But that's at the exact moment that we hear, "Mom, Dad, we talked about being gross in public." Annie May, their daughter of Earth 18119, yells as she comes through a portal with Mayday and Spider-Girl. It turns out that the three young Spider women are actually the pattern makers. In a move straight out of the Power Rangers, the three women suddenly power up wearing spider armor from the Web of Life and Destiny. With this added strength, the battle continues, and the spiders now stand a chance. The battle rages on, Spider against Energy Vampire, with Mayday attacking Deimos, her heart set on the revenge of the death of her father in the previous war. The Spider-Verse! Bricks and Bora are bleeding, with Jetix fighting a mad rage, his mind now broken. Still, it might not be enough. Miles continues his fight with Solus, trying to stay ahead of the monster. Suddenly, another portal opens, and more spiders emerge, led by Spider-Gwen and Peter Parker from Earth 616. Seeing his friend, Miles renews his assault, combining his Venom strike with the power Cosmic, and throwing Solus across the room. Peter 616 wants to help, but he doesn't have the strength to take down Solus. He has been beaten down by Morlun, and if you're interested in that story, we put that video out 2 weeks ago. Swinging away, he goes to find Otto, who now stands with the resurrected Ben Reilly. "We have to kill the Inheritors. You can persuade the others," Otto states, but Peter will never condone killing. And that's when Otto reveals the plan to him. "Okay, this sounds actually interesting, Otto." Using their comms, Peter orders the rest of the spiders to follow Otto's lead. Suddenly, behind Solus they stand. "Hey Solus, I'm back and I got 2 words for you," Miles quips. "Sword Vigor!" he yells, throwing a massive mecha blade, piercing Solus and throwing him into the wall. "You're supposed to cross your arms when you say it," Takoya informs him. "Notes later, please." The rest of the Inheritors leap to the defense of their father, but the rest of the spiders quickly pile onto them, webbing them down, holding them for a time. Later, Otto's plan has worked. Long ago, the Inheritors were mutated and turned into monsters by their father. Otto has now transferred their consciousness into clone babies. Without the memories of their past and no father to change them into monsters, they have been given a second chance at life. Now they just need someone to adopt them. Luckily, among the crowd is a friendly elderly woman who goes by the name of Spider-Man. She thinks that her husband and nephew will love to have the children. With the crisis over, the Enigma Force leaves Miles' body, flying off to wherever it comes from. The rest of the spiders return to their worlds. Despite their differences, Miles and Otto have at least come to an agreement. If he ever needs help, Miles will be there for the superior Spider-Man. Meanwhile, somewhere in a dark lab, Spider-Norman stares at a piece of the Web of Life and Destiny that he took. And he smiles.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I have a much larger Spider-Man statue, but it broke and we can't put it up, so they won't let me use it, and I instead have to have Gwenpool writing on Spider-Man and her weird, fan fiction. That's all I'm gonna go with on this one. You like that, Gwenpool? She does like that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this storyline, then stick around to the channel by subscribing, because we're going to be doing more Spider-Man storylines, more Miles Morales storylines, more Superior Spider-Man storylines. We do that stuff here all the time, and we really do appreciate you guys hanging around and supporting us by liking this video, giving us comments, and basically subbing to our channel. That's pretty much all I got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, you can find me over at twitch.tv/eligiblemonster. On pretty much every day. In the mornings, we play video games, just me. We can chat about whatever you want. Midday, we do various podcasting, from Conspiracy Cast to our comic book review show. And at the end of the day, we do dual gaming. So a lot of times it's Warframe or it's Final Fantasy XIV. Either way, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll see you next time right here.